gorgeous, and a very happy drugstore December to you. If you have not heard, I'm publishing 3 videos a week for the full month of December, focusing on nothing but drugstore makeup. So if you'd like to be notified of videos like this all month long, you're always welcome to subscribe. Today I'm going to be showing you a makeup look that I've been wearing for, I want to say, 3 years. If not more. It's my go-to, very simplistic, very easy look. It uses all drugstore makeup, and it's one of those looks that's great for every day. I've also worn it to weddings. I've worn it to funerals. It's one of those that transcends across every single occasion that you can think to wear it to, and it looks great in all lighting, daylight, nighttime, evening, cloudy, overcast. It looks amazing. So I'm going to show you everything from start to finish. First step is to apply an eyeshadow primer. I'm using one here from Alter Ego Cosmetics, but another one of my favorites is the one from Milani. That's another one that I use consistently. Let the primer dry down completely until it is not tacky anymore. And then, while I'm waiting on that, I'll talk about the next step. I use this skin tone matching eyeshadow. This is N Wild Brulee, which I'm almost out of, but I have a backup, yeah. So I use this as my blending shade to lay down before I apply any eyeshadow. It helps with blendability and makes the eyeshadow application a lot easier. Once that primer is completely dry, then you want to apply this on the brow bone area. And then my go-to palette. I've repurchased this palette a couple times. I have a hole in one of them. I don't know where it is right now, but it's my favorite palette that I've been using ever since it came out. That's the e.l.f. Bite Size palette in I Love You a Latte. This is my most favorite shade in the palette. And the way that I typically apply it is I will take a fluffy brush. This is one from Crown. It's the C511. And I just hit pan on it right there. All right, and then I will apply it all over the lid, and using a fluffy brush keeps the eyeshadow looking airbrushed and light. If you were to pack this onto the eye, it could appear a little heavier, so that's why I choose to go with this kind of a brush. And then I just blend this all over the lid, and you can see why this is one of my go-to favorite looks, because it's so quick and it's so easy. Just slap it on and then blend out the edges, any harsh lines that you see. And I also love this kind of brown because it's not too warm, it's a little cooler, and it complements my eyes really well. It really makes them stand out. And it's so simple. But that's the thing, this is one of those shades that's great for many eye colors, green, brown, hazel, I mean, you name it. It's a, I feel, universally flattering neutral that everyone should have. And then I usually complete it with this dark brown at the bottom of the palette. Using the MAC 263 brush, I will apply this as eyeliner on the lash line, because eyeshadow gives a softer, smokier look. And then a majority of time too, I will add a little wing to the outer corner just because I have droopy eyes and it helps to give a little lift to my eye shape. Then I'll define the brows. I've been really attached to brow pens, specifically the ink pens, and so this is NYX's Lift and Snatch. You've heard me talk about it so much. Then I'll curl my lashes, and the mascara that I use pretty often that hasn't changed much is, I go between 2 of them, really. It's the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Waterproof Mascara. This has been my go-to for years and years and years because it's so good. The other one that I swear by is Revlon's Volumazing. Then after that, I apply a pair of false eyelashes, usually. I'm not saying you have to do that. It's just something that I really love, and so yes, I do it. The pair that I am choosing to go with right now for this look is the one from Kiss in the style Ruffle. They've become some of my favorites very recently, but this look is so simplistic that you can put bolder lashes with it if you want to. There are also days when I go with very simplistic natural styles and they look amazing. It's really up to you, but I like this makeup look because it's so easy to either dress up or dress down depending on the occasion. For the rest of the face, I keep it pretty light when it comes to foundation, and I try to use ones that are almost sheer in a sense. There's not a whole lot of coverage. My favorites are the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator and then e.l.f.'s Flawless Satin Foundation. So for this example here today, I'm going to use the Tinted Hydrator. The other one I've really been loving is the Revlon Illuminance, just for reference. That's a great one. And then with a damp sponge, I will blend it out, really only focusing on the areas where I need it, and then blending the edges. I used to be the type that would apply foundation on every square inch of my face. And then as I've gotten older, I'm like looking at myself and thinking, well, I really don't need it there. Why am I applying it there? So, you know, you change, you grow, you change. Under eye area. There's some go-to favorites that I've been using consistently now for over a year, if not 2 years, that are still ones I keep going back to. And the first I'll mention is the Neutrogena Color Correcting formula. This is in the shade Peach. This is the one that I've been combining up with the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I love these two together. They've been my consistent favorite for a long, long while now. You've probably heard me talk about them before. But another one of my favorites is the Pixi Under Eye Corrector in the shade Brightening Peach. And I usually find that I need some kind of corrector underneath my concealer, just so cancel some of the purple going on there. So I'm going to use the Neutrogena one for this example so you can see how I do it. I really just put the corrector on first, blend it with my finger. And this is not something that you want to wear all by itself. You do need to apply something over the top of it. And then I've noticed too with me, my inner corner right here gets neglected and I don't focus much on it, but I've noticed that the more I focus on this area of my eye, it makes a big difference in how bright my under eye area appears. Hopefully you can already see the difference from this eye to this eye just with adding in the color corrector. And so to help further conceal that corrector, I'm taking the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Corrector. I hear little feet. And we blend that in, again, focusing more on the inner corner. I can't believe how much of a difference it makes when you really get into the areas that give you the most shadow. For me, it's that right there, right there. There you can see the difference from one eye to the next. Powder, the one powder that has consistently amazed me and I've been using for a while now is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. If you've not tried this, it's amazing. It blurs, it sets, and it's a loose powder, so you can use it with a damp sponge. Okay, I'm going to use these. One of these little guys right here, and I'm using that to set my under eye area first. These are from the Dollar Tree. $1.25. And you get a pack of 4. They're awesome! The rest of the face, I will apply it with a damp sponge. The powder is so good. You'd swear it was high-end. This is amazing stuff. And then I will usually add a contour-like shade to the sides of the face, and my go-to from the drugstore is the Milani Silky Matte. This is one that I have replaced because it's not good, and I usually use it on a fan brush. This is the Eve Pearl fan brush. I get asked about this one constantly, but it's one of the best tools I have found for applying color to the face like this. Eve Pearl herself actually taught me how to do this, so I thank her for that because it's been a tip that's stuck with me all these years. The blush that I add depends on my mood that day. Usually lately I've been using the Revlon Rosy Rendezvous, but I've also really been enjoying the Honest Beauty Cream, I don't know what this is called, Cream Cheek and Lip Color in the shade Rose Pink, and I think that's the one I'm going to use today. And this is so pretty because you can apply it over powder and it doesn't really affect how it applies. Usually you can't. You'd be hard pressed to be able to put a cream over a powder, but this one really doesn't care. It's actually very flexible, thankfully. But it looks like skin, acts like skin, doesn't fade. Look at this. Simply gorgeous. I usually don't apply anything to the under eye area. That helps to not only make my eyes look more open, but it doesn't create shadows underneath my eyes, which can make the under eye area look dark and cancel out all the brightening stuff that we did there. So nothing usually applied there. For the lips, I have my lipstick. I think it's in my diaper bag. Or kiddo bag, I should say, because we don't use diapers anymore. Woo-hoo! That's exactly where it was. My go-to lip color is this one from Revlon. It's their Color Stay Matte Light Crayon, and I believe it's Take Flight. Yes, Take Flight. I love this. I started wearing it more as a way to add color to my lips, but not going overboard. And with this look, it complements everything real nicely. And I also love it because it's a lip liner and a lipstick in one. So it's one of those that, I mean, I just grabbed it out of my bag. You can apply no matter where you are, and you don't have to worry about going outside the lines. It's really, really easy. And then sometimes if I want to add a little bit of definition, I take a little bit of that e.l.f. concealer on my finger, and I'll put it right in the middle of the lips and blend it in. And it creates this highlight, making your lips look a little bigger. And so that is my easy go-to makeup look that I have been using for at least 3 years now. That works for every day, every occasion, anything that you can imagine wearing it to. And the best part is you can change up the lipstick color too, because the eyes are so neutral, and make it your own. And if you have a deeper complexion, I also wanted to mention that the eyeshadow may need to be a little bit deeper, which you could just go in with that really deep dark brown instead of that shade that I used in the beginning, and that would look really beautiful against a deeper complexion also. So don't be afraid to adjust it, make it your own, but again, very simplistic, very easy, classic look that works for any and every event you can imagine. So I hope that you found this helpful today. If you're interested in anything that was used here today, I'll try to have everything listed for you below in the description box. Let me know what your favorite go-to look is. Would love to hear your comments on this topic. Wishing you a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. I speak love, peace, and joy into you and into your home, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.